Good morning, Ninja Kittens. Hello, Hello Kitty Warriors. It's Sandy, and Sandy Alice telling more stories. And this is how it all began. It began with someone concerned about their little girl being more feminine and thinking that hula hooping would be a good idea for her. And they made that suggestion to me, their little girl, that I might like to learn how to hula hoop. So it started me on a quest. And that quest led me to many places, to Walmart and Five Below Zero. And I bought hoops and got hoops that didn't work for me until I went to Hot Topic and told my friend Laura about my quest. And she said, "Did you know big hoops you need big hoops for big people?" I didn't know that. And she said, "I have one in my garage. I'll give it to you." So a month and a half later, I was in the mall and she said, "Sandy, I got your hoop." And she gave it to me. And I got my first hoop of love. And it went around me 12 times effortlessly before it fell to the ground. And I knew the right hoop had found me. I found my hoop of love. Now, I didn't know it then. But that hoop was actually a handmade hoop that she had bought from a friend of hers. And that I was actually using a homemade hoop. And so I enjoyed that hoop, and I loved it, and I used it, and I practiced with it, and I played with it. I used it every day. I found my sweet spot so I could hoop effortlessly. And then I discovered hula hooping yoga. I love yoga. I love hula hooping. So I like peanut butter and chocolate and peanut butter. One day I was there, and all of a sudden I found myself in goddess pose while hula hooping. I went, "Oh my God, I can do this? Can I do star? Can I do triangle?" I found myself doing the whole moon salutation while hula hooping, and I was so happy. And then, then I did Warrior 1, Warrior 2. I did tree. I did low tree at least while hula hooping. Uh, I did half eagle while hula hooping. I've done much yoga, and then I learned I could do yoga breathing while hula hooping. And so I enjoyed my hula hooping yoga. And then, in 2019, I went to Camp Lilac, and I discovered by watching YouTube videos how to make my own hoops of love. And I did. I made my hoops of love, and they were lovely. And I made them. I practiced making them, and I gave them to some friends. And I made some more. And I learned how to do it and do it effortlessly. And I got my materials and I went to Camp Lilac and I made 100 hoops for the people there, for the campers, for the staff, for visitors. I made hoops of love. And they had positive affirmations written on them. They had their name written on them. They had hoop of love written on them. And then they covered them duct tape. And some of them used them to make dream catchers. And some of them practiced with them effortlessly. And big hoops are for big people. And it was a great time. It was a wonderful time. And that was the 2019 Hoop of Love project. And so many people donated hoops, materials for me to make those hoops with the duct tape and the PVC I needed were donated. And it was so wonderful. This year, in 2020, in the hour of our most desperate need, I got risen up in TikTok. I realized 1 million people had seen me on TikTok. And I said, I need to brighten the days of the people I touch every day. So I brought up all the leftovers, all the PVC I hadn't used, all the duct tape I hadn't used, and I made hoops of love. And I gave them to the people I work with, one per family, to let their light spin in a better direction. Then other places that I have worked that would belong to the same McDonald's, I gave hoops to them too. And then businesses and people I knew, I gave them hoops too. And now I've given over 200 hoops away. So what is the Hoop of Love 2020 project? It's to spin the world in the right direction. It's to fill it with love. It's to make the world a better place by what we do. And so I am making hoops this morning with that intent, that we would actually spread love and be light. You go out and buy 100 foot of PVC, garden PVC from Menards or Lowe's or Builder Square. You cut them into small pieces, circumference up to your sternum. You make them into hoops of love. You keep one for yourself. You give the rest away as gifts, and you spin the world in the right direction. It's a gift of love. You write positive affirmations on them. You cover them in duct tape. You write HKW on them because we are the Hello Kitty Warriors, ready to fill the world with love and light. Because it's what we do. We're the Ninja Kittens. We're the Hello Kitty Warriors. We let love roar. But be careful because this is not for everyone. Some people can't hoop. I understand that. Some people were born to hoop. I understand that too. There's a certain rhythm to it that I love. I love hooping for hours. But I did cut myself this morning on the cutter. So be careful with the cutter. It's dangerous. This is something for crafters. This is something for people that are comfortable making things. So yeah, you might need mom's help, you might need dad's help. You might need to be careful with how you do it because we have to boil water and we have to cut PVC. All of these things take time and a little bit of experience. So right now we are going to be making a hoop of love together. So now the first thing you're going to do is actually get your cutter, jump, 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 and grab your PVC. Jump, 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 jump. And decide how big you want your hoop. And I want my hoop to be, today I want my hoop to be this big. Why? I don't know. It just seems right. It seems right to me right now. That seems like the right size. So let's see what size we have. Now we have a hoop that's this big, which is not really a sandy size hoop, but it's still a pretty good hoop. I like this hoop. That's a good one. We're going to be making 3 hoops this morning. Why 3? I don't know. Now we're going to make a couple of small ones because I know some people that are flow artists that love little hoops. So I'm going to make some hoops for them. Now it's going to be a little hoop. Yep, those for the float artists in my family. Because I got a lot of people in flow that like little hoops. So it's like, okay, I'm going to make a little hoop for them today. Because they love their little hoops. Hoop of love, hoop of love, hoop of love. And one more. And we're going to make this another big one, because I love my big hoops. I just love my big hoops. That's what I love. Okay, so we're going to make another big hoop. Hoop of love, hoop of love, hoop of love. I'm not really measuring this accurately right now, but I will measure them when I'm done to see how big they are. So now we have our hoops, okay? This is my hoop right here, and this is about a sandy size hoop. So if you stand up, if you come up to your sternum, and this one is about perfect for me. This is a sandy size hoop right here. Now it's time to go in the other room and do the next thing we're going to do, which is boil water. So we've got to get our stove over here. Go to our stove and boil some water. So now we're going to get our pot out, boiling water. It needs to be a deep pot, so I got my deep pot right here. This is my deep pot right there. And I'm put water in it. So you know I love telling stories. So now we're going to tell a couple stories while the water boils. And it may take a while for the water to boil. That's true. It might take a while for the water to boil, and that's okay. I have 8 connectors, which means I could possibly make 8 hoops right now, but I'm not going to. So this is a little story I've got for you and my little friend, which is my little bear right here. This is, well, actually it's my Hello Kitty. It's my sunshine. It's my little ninja kitten right here. And this is a story about hula hooping. Because one day I was out in the park and I was hula hooping and waving at everyone. And I was waving hi and hello, and the cars were driving by. It was my sacred spot in the city of Cleveland, which is right by the horse stables on the bottom of Puritas Hill. There's a picnic area, and I love hooping there. That area is called to me for years. And I answered the call one day, and I was there hooping, and I had some hoops with me. And I had one I made, then I had other ones that I had made to give away. And there was across the street, there was an older couple and 2 really young kids walking by. And then the grandmother walks across the street to use the bathroom. And as she comes back, she stops and talks to me. And I have her try my hoop. She said, you know, I've got a little hoop, and we can have our dog jump through it, but that's all I can do because I can't use that thing. I said, yeah, I know, because big hoops are for big people. And then she grabbed my hoop, one of the big hoops I had, and she tried it. And in 5 minutes, she was hooping effortlessly. And she said, my God, this is going to be good for my core. I said, yes, it sure is. And I gave her 2 hoops, one for the grandchildren and one for her. And she went home with a hoop of love. Now, last Monday night at the Cleveland Flow Collective, I brought 3 big hoops with me. And I brought 3 little hoops with me that I bought over at Five Below Zero that I didn't like. I tried to convert them. I tried to put duct tape on them. It didn't work for me. But I brought them there to give them away. And one person there wanted the little hoop. They wanted the little hoop, so they got the little hoop, the one that I covered in duct tape. They took it home with them. One of my people at the Flow Collective. And another young child took the other hoop. Oh, and then I had 3 big hoops. And near the end of the night, when we were all dancing in the starlight, one of the people said, yes, I'll take one of those hoops. I'll take that big hoop home. I will enjoy it. So they're gone. And then right before I left, there were 2 people standing there watching. And I talked with them. I said, you know, they knew me. They knew me from a story time I had at my McDonald's on Easter over a year ago. They said, you love Hello Kitty. You've got all those Hello Kitties. And you hula hoop, right? I said, yes, you sure better believe I do. And so they tried one of my hoops, and they were doing it. They had so much fun with it. So her and a friend of hers, they both went home with hula hoops. Again, the Hoop of Love project lives on. 2 more people now have hoops of love. And those hoops actually have affirmations written on them for my friends at TikTok. I was live, and they gave me live affirmations to write on those hoops. And that was extremely precious. Hoop of love, positivity, you are awesome, you're enough. These things were written on there because people gave me the affirmations to put on those. And then HKW is written on the outside, and then they're covered with beautiful duct tape. Now, just so you know, I have an Amazon wish list. And right now, it's listing Hello Kitty duct tape as being $48 a roll. Please don't buy me one of those. Don't buy me one of those for 48 bucks. Don't do that. That's dumb. I will take the tie-dye duct tape that's $5. That would be great. I'd love some of those. Some unicorn snot. That would be fun. Give me those. That's good. But dear, if you got 48 bucks, go to the GoFundMe, put it in there, because that's what I need. But if you happen to have an extra roll of duct tape at home that you're not using, and it happens to be Hello Kitty, and you can send it to my PMB for the price of postage, I'd take that. Just saying. Okay. Well, you know, there's ways around it, because, you know, last year when I did the Hoop of Love project for Camp Lilac, I asked a lot of people for donations, and people gave me things that they already had. One person, the most precious person out there was Marie. And she had bought duct tape and covered her cane for Pride with the duct tape. She gave me the rest of the duct tape that was left, and I used that to decorate my Hello Kitty love staff. That was so precious. That was so precious. She didn't need it. I wanted it. When she saw me at Pride, she went, Sandy, Sandy, Sandy. And I went, Marie, Marie, Marie. It's the Hoop of Love project. We're spinning the world in a better direction. Now, on a corner near where I live, for the last 2 months, I've been hula hooping every day. Well, not every day, but at least once a week I've hula hooped. And I'd have people of all ages, all races, all genders, orientation, and description honking and waving at me at the corner. A symbol? Lifting up spirits? You know why I do it. I do it to make their lives better. I do it to make them smile and go off. I do it to lift their spirits, to give them hope. I realized I'm a rainbow. I'm a rainbow. I don't just chase rainbows. I am a rainbow. I give people hope. I give people love. I give people light. It's what a rainbow does. I'm a rainbow. I'm not just the rainbow sheep of the family. I'm also a rainbow. All right, so I called myself Queen. When I called myself Queen, my bracelets transformed. All of a sudden, this jumped on my wrist. Oh, because I called myself Queen. I was watching, because I have my webpage out there now, DandylineGirl1957.com. I was loading some of my old videos that I had, doing the yoga and the hula hooping that I've done on YouTube for years. I'm watching some of the old videos, and they were good. They were just as good as anything I make now. They were filled with love, filled with light. So go enjoy them. Love them, like them, watch them. There's so much in there for you to enjoy. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Come on over. Come on down to Sandy's Healthy Inspirations on YouTube. Go to Dandelion Girl 1957 on TikTok, on Instagram, and .com. Come play in Sandy's playground of Hello Kitty warriors and ninja kittens, because we're going to make love roar. And this has been the story of the Hoop of Love Project 2020, made for Instagram, by the way, because you can watch the whole thing in 14 minutes and 34 seconds.